Just before I do, anyone else need a release? All good? Thank you. Just phones off if you can.
Oh, yeah, no problem. Checking the shot, make sure it's all right. Okay, sorry.
Look, good afternoon and thank you for your attention. I'm joined here today by Assistant Commissioner Brian McDonald from the Australian Federal Police. So today officers from the Joint Counter-Terrorism Team have charged 4 men with very, very serious offences, and we will be alleging that they were involved in a plot that they were going to carry out, which was a terrorist attack which resulted in the death of Curtis Cheng in October last year. Curtis Cheng was a police employee. He worked as a senior accountant at New South Wales Police Headquarters in Parramatta. On Friday the 2nd of October he left to go home and he was shot and killed. 15-year-old offender had an exchange of gunfire with New South Wales Police Special Constables and he was fatally injured. So today the 4 men that we have laid charges against have had charges laid against them previously and since the 2nd of October last year. However, today's charge is one of the more serious of charges, and it's a conspiracy to prepare for and plan a terrorist act, being the murder of Curtis Cheng. The conspiracy charge reflects the entirety of the criminality that we will allege against these 4 men, and it carries a life imprisonment. These men will also be charged with a range of additional matters. The 18-year-old from Guildford, he will also be charged with directing a terrorist organisation, and he will also be charged with supply a pistol to an unauthorised person. And we will allege that this was the firearm that was used to kill Mr. Cheng. A 20-year-old, also from Guildford, he will be charged with membership of a terrorist organisation and supporting a terrorist organisation, and we will be alleging that the support that he gave was to facilitate the travel of the gunman's sister to Syria the day before the murder of Mr. Cheng. We will also be charging, in addition, 2 other men, a 23-year-old from Marylands and a 22-year-old from Marsfield, and they will be charged with membership of a terrorist organisation. They will all appear before court tomorrow. It is very, very important for me to firstly say and recognise the outstanding work of every officer who works in the Joint Counter-Terrorism Team. They have worked tirelessly since October last year under very, very difficult circumstances, being the murder of a police colleague, and they have worked with integrity and they have worked with dedication. This is an ongoing investigation, but we believe that these 4 people are principals involved in the terrible crime that was committed. I would also like to assure the community that we will continue to do everything that we can to keep people as safe as we possibly can. And if that means that we will try to prevent a terrorist act or intervene or disrupt or prosecute, we will do it. And it is important that the community is assured that as of today there is no new specific threat. However, we will continue to investigate any threats that we come across, and we will prosecute those people where we have evidence to put them before the court on a terrorism charge. I do need to emphasise that this is not a problem for police to solve alone. We can't do this alone. This is up to the community, it is up to families, it is up to friends, it is up to anybody who is with people, who might be able to see people's change in behaviour, whatever it might be. If there are any concerns, I do urge people to ring the National Security Hotline on 1800 123 400, because it is critical for us. If we are to be successful, we need that information. Thank you.
Thank you, Mayor. Good afternoon, ladies and gents. I also would just like to acknowledge the outstanding work and the professionalism of all of the officers from all of the agencies involved in this investigation over a long period of time. It is a prime example of the excellent partnerships that exist at both the state, territory and at the Commonwealth level of people working together, investigating some of the most abhorrent criminal behaviour that's out there. Whilst I acknowledge the hard work of all of those involved, it is concerning the number and age of persons that are being arrested and charged with counter-terrorism offences. Our priority is prevention, as the Deputy Commissioner has said, and the earlier the better for all those involved, for police, for the community, for the individuals and for their families. It is in that context that I want to state to you the absolute priority of the partnership that we have with the community. The importance in identifying people early on if they are starting to radicalise, and the ability to apply a variety of strategies to take them away from a path of violent extremism. Thank you very much, ladies and gents.
Deputy Commissioner, can I ask you, this appears that you've broken a terrorist cell. Up until this point we thought this government may have been acting alone, but this seems a lot more now.
Yeah, well, clearly there already are matters before the court, and this matter will go before the court. But we do allege that these four people acted together in concert, and the fifth person, the 15-year-old, was a part of that. Of course, he was fatally injured. But these four people we will be alleging were all involved, and they've all been charged with membership of a terrorist organisation.
How far in advance will you allege that this planning occurred before Mr Cheng was killed? Was it days, weeks, months?
Well, again, because it's before the court, and that's not information that we can go into any detail about. This event occurred, and then we've had to investigate it post the event. We have come across information that suggests to us that they did come together in at least the day of, and perhaps even the day before. But that is all evidence that will come out of court.
You say that these are the four principals of this group. Do you think that there are others out there who are members of this terrorist group?
This will be an ongoing investigation. We cannot say for certain that there aren't others involved, and we will keep continuing to investigate it. These are complex investigations. There's always a lot further for us to do, but these are the four people that we have had the interest in, and these are our four principals that we are alleging at the moment.
Is there any new information for why these charges have now been laid, or is there any reason why now the charges are laid?
Again, this really does demonstrate the complexity of the criminal investigation that goes with such matters. And of course, we're now in an age where everybody has a mobile phone and everyone has a computer, and there are lots of things that we need to do to ensure that we get the evidence that we can put before a court, and it takes time. But we will persevere, we will continue to investigate, and if that means we will put charges on people as time goes on, we'll continue to do this strategy.
With regards to the 20-year-old who's just been charged with the fourth man, what are you alleging his links are to the other three, or how is he connected?
Yes, so for the 20-year-old, we will be alleging that he too was a part of the group of people, and we will be alleging that he did have involvement in the conspiracy to conduct the terrorist attack. And as I've mentioned, we will also be alleging that he supported and he facilitated the travel of the 15-year-old sister out of the country to Syria.
Have you been able to locate the sister, or is she in return since
No, I can't comment on her whereabouts.
Can you comment a little on the timing of when she left for Syria? Was she in any way connected with the murder of Curtis Cheng?
No, all we know is that she left on the 1st of October, and we don't have any other information relating to her.
What's the significance of this latest charge for all four men?
Yeah, look, the real significance is that this reflects the criminality of all of them involved to come together to actually prepare and plan to do an absolutely heinous criminal act which resulted in the murder of a police employee, and it reflects them coming together to do this act.
Would you say that all five of them met either the day of or the day?
Oh, that's information that we can't give at the moment, but it will be before the court, those sorts of details.
And are you satisfied with the, obviously we've seen now with the latest Anzac Day alleged plot of a 16-year-old who tried to buy a gun. Are you satisfied with the measures that we've got in place to try and steer these young men off the path towards radicalisation?
Well, there's no doubt it's a concern, and the fact that the people that we're seeing become radicalised are quite young is also a great concern. But we have to persevere. We have to try a whole range of approaches to either prevent the radicalisation from happening in the first place, or if they do become radicalised to the point of violent extremism, that we can try to deter them from that path. So we have many approaches. One is the prevention, but if we do identify criminality, we will put these people before the court. But we've had a long tradition of diversion programs, particularly for youth, and this is really no different. But I think that we can all be assured that if the information is there and that we can come across it, we will identify it and we will do what we did the other day, and we will interrupt and we will disrupt and we will prevent an imminent attack from occurring.
If I may, Mayor, I think it's important to recognise here.
Step forward to the microphone, please, sir.
I think it's important to recognise that we do have a full suite of strategies that we are looking at across the full spectrum of radicalisation to try to diminish the threat. None of those have a 100% success rate. We don't pretend that that's the case. But what is really important to us is that we apply those on a case-by-case basis, dependent upon what we think will work best. And when the alternative is that we do nothing at all, then I think this is a far better alternative, that we're out there and we're trying these different approaches to prevent people from radicalising, to prevent terrorist attacks such as this occurring again.
Are you able to see how you believe the four men came together to work together?
No, that's not information I can give. Any more questions? We'll wrap it up there. Thank you all very much.